Nearly $4 billion. Gone in a single year from systems designed to be unbreakable. Not for lack of talent, not for lack of investment, but because the approach itself has a design flaw. What if there were a way to make that impossible? You might never have bought a cryptocurrency. Blockchain might feel like someone else's problem, something for tech people in dark rooms staring at terminals. But here's the thing, we live in a world where everything that matters runs on software. Your bank, your insurance, your mortgage, your vote. And all of that software has something in common. A human being wrote it, line by line, instruction by instruction. And humans make mistakes. With regular software, a mistake is annoying. You push an update and move on. But with blockchain, with smart contracts, a mistake is permanent. There's no undo button, no customer service line to call. Every mistake becomes an open door. To understand what's going wrong, picture this. You're a chef. Someone hands you a handwritten recipe. Step 1, chop the onion. Step 2, heat the oil. Step 3, add the tomatoes. One step after another, in exact order. That's exactly how software gets written today. And it's how smart contracts work on blockchains like Ethereum. You tell the computer, do this, then this, then this. One instruction at a time. And it works. In fact, it works remarkably well most of the time. But handwritten recipes have a problem. If step 7 says tablespoon when it should say teaspoon, the whole dish is ruined. One small mistake changes the entire outcome. With normal software, that mistake is a nuisance. You patch it and move on. But a smart contract on a blockchain is a recipe carved in stone. Once it's published, it can't be changed. And if someone finds your mistake before you do, they can exploit it. And they do, all the time. So, just review the code more carefully. That's the obvious answer, right? And that's exactly what the industry does. Entire companies exist to audit smart contracts. They review every single line. They charge tens of thousands of dollars per audit. And yet, in 2025, contracts that had passed professional audits got hacked. The biggest case, an exchange lost $1.5 billion in a single breach. The contract was audited. The security was top tier. It didn't matter. Why? Because auditing a program written instruction by instruction is like proofreading a 1,000-page recipe looking for typos. You can find a lot of them, but you can never guarantee you found them all. And here's the trap. It doesn't matter how much you invest in reviews. The approach of write instructions first, find bugs later, has a ceiling. There's a limit to what you can verify when a program is complex enough. But what if there were a way to write software where those bugs couldn't exist in the first place? Back to the kitchen. But this time, forget the recipe. Instead of handing the chef a step-by-step list, you say something different. You say, I want a vegetarian dish, under 500 calories, ready in 30 minutes, no nuts. You haven't told the chef how to cook. You've told them what the result needs to be, and the chef, who's very good, figures out a way to make it happen. This is the core idea behind TauNet, a project over a decade in the making, founded by a mathematician named Ohad Azor. And the proposition is as simple as it is radical. You don't write a program, you describe the properties it must satisfy. In computer science, this is called declarative programming. The concept itself isn't new, but what Tau does with it is. Because in Tau, when you describe those constraints, the system mathematically verifies that at least one program exists that satisfies all of them. And if it does, It generates that program automatically. There are no handwritten instructions where a bug could hide. The program is synthesized from the specification. If the constraints are coherent, the result is correct, guaranteed. Think about it this way. When you write instructions, you can make a mistake at any step. But when you describe requirements, you can only go wrong in two ways. You ask for something impossible, or you forget to ask for something important. And here's the extraordinary part. The system can tell you if what you're asking for is impossible. Before running anything, before publishing anything, you simply ask, can all of these conditions be satisfied at the same time? If the answer is yes, the program generates itself. If the answer is no, you know exactly where the contradiction is. And here's why this matters for your money, for your security. If the program is generated from a verified specification, it cannot contain the kind of bugs that enable hacks. Not because someone proofread 1,000 pages, but because those typos were never written. Remember those nearly $4 billion? The industry has spent years trying to solve that problem by hiring more auditors, better tools, more reviews, more security layers on top of more layers. Tau proposes something different, not finding bugs faster, but making them impossible. It's not an incremental improvement, it's a paradigm shift. The difference between proofreading recipes faster and not needing recipes at all. Now, let's be honest, because this channel isn't about selling dreams. Eliminating an entire category of vulnerabilities sounds extraordinary, but it's important to understand what that means and what it doesn't. It means implementation bugs, the errors that come from poorly written instructions, disappear by design. That's real. It's a direct consequence of mathematical verification, but it doesn't mean a system is invulnerable. Security has many layers. You can have a mathematically perfect contract and still suffer a social engineering attack, an infrastructure failure, or a specification that forgot to account for a scenario. And there's a deeper question. Can this approach handle real-world complexity? Financial systems, legal contracts, interactions between thousands of users are extraordinarily complex. Proving that the logic works in a lab is one thing. Proving it scales to reality is something else entirely. The direction is hard to argue with, but the road between a correct idea and a product that works at scale, that road is littered with projects that never made it. Nearly $4 billion. And the question the industry keeps asking is, how do we find the bugs faster? Maybe the right question is different. Maybe the question is, what if we didn't have to look for them at all?